Hello, and welcome to Squabble.
This is a sad episode.
A noisy quarrel about something petty or trivial, or in this case, sad. This is the last episode
Of Squabble.
No, just kidding. But it is the last episode of season 1.
Yes.
But that's not sad. That's a good thing.
Oh.
That means we're moving forward.
Yeah.
That means that
we've had enough content to make a whole season.
Yeah, that means that change is coming, and change is good. Occasionally, sometimes.
This change will be.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to change that much. We're probably going to come
we're not
back
going to change that
the
much.
same.
Exactly.
You also didn't introduce us. You skipped that part of the intro.
Yeah, it's because it's a sad episode. We're shaking things up. I'm Carter.
And I'm Jacob.
Yeah, this
Maybe
is
I should have gone first since this
Yeah.
is sad and we're shaking things up.
Anyway, we are shaking things up. When season 2 rolls around, we're going to have brand new things.
I was going to do a spit take, but there's too much precious material here.
Yeah, you can spit take over there if you want. So, yeah, this is the last episode of season 1. Season 2 will
Bigger and better than ever.
It will be bigger and better than ever, and it will start on Labor Day. So
Yes.
that's, I think, 3 weeks.
Yep. We
Of
needed a break.
Of no episode. But have no fear, because we will be releasing a perspectives
Yes.
each week. So just a shorter episode each week. But our long episodes will not be regular until Labor Day. And then they'll come back to the normal schedule. But they'll be bigger and better than ever, because we'd had 3 extra weeks
Yes.
to work on them. So what's this episode about? Are we just going to talk about season 1 ending? No.
Yes, we are. No, actually, first, one more note. My nose is very stuffed up today. I think it's because it's a sad episode. It's cursed. So if you hear some sniffling and stuff, just forgive me. But
It could be him crying, and it could be him with a
all of
stuffy
the
nose.
above. Anyways, today's episode, since we thought this would be a good idea, as it being the last episode of season 1, to rank the Squabble episodes of season 1. Now, let me
That's
get this
right,
straight. This does not mean that our episodes are bad. You know, we get down to number 5, it doesn't make it a bad episode. Ranking our top 5, that just means they're all good. But these are the superior of the superior. This is, I mean, even our worst episode is better than every
Our personal favorites.
Yeah, even our worst episode is better than every other podcast out there, right?
You are really raising the bar, but yes, I have to agree.
Therefore, we're even going to talk about our worst ones, and
That's true.
they're still better than
We
most.
have both picked a worst episode of
Yes.
Squabble. And you can play along at home.
Yes, pick your top 5 favorites.
And your worst.
And your least
Let
favorite.
us know in the comments.
Yeah, please don't tell us your least favorite one.
Yeah, you just keep that to yourself. You
Also, I'd
scumbag.
like to point out, this is a mistake of Carter. He set up a fancy little thing to put a timer on, and he never puts it up there.
I didn't even start
He
the
never
timer.
does. Oh well.
We're gonna start making some
Yeah.
merch that just says like Carter start the timer or something like
Yes.
that.
It's gonna just be a clock.
So it reminds me.
And it's gonna say Carter in
And
the
it'll
clock.
be a clock on the t-shirt that actually ticks.
Oh, dude. So yeah.
So it's like
Anyways,
it'll
yeah,
be really
that's
expensive.
See, this episode we're just distracted by the sadness.
We are really distracted by the sadness, and I'm not even gonna put the timer up there. I'm just gonna leave it right here on the table,
No, yeah.
as per usual. So you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. You can go first. Your number 5 episode.
My number 5. We've ranked the top 5, and my number 5. So is gonna okay.
It's gonna. Okay.
What do the jazz people do?
Scat.
scat.
Scooby-Doo-pop-pop.
Yeah, no.
Scooby-Doo-pop-pop.
Number 5. Should pineapple go on pizza? Episode 1.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say mine is the same one.
Yep.
Should pineapple go on pizza? Episode 1. We covered a variety of topics on that episode, actually.
We did. We covered 3.
And I'll be honest, I'll go ahead and say this. This isn't necessarily the top 5 best, technically speaking. These are just our top 5 favorites, right?
Heck no. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this was the episode specifically. It's probably our worst episode, right?
Episode 1 is, if you go back and listen to it.
It's awful.
First of all, you can't. I every single day I upload. Every single day I click the upload button to upload our newest episode. I hesitate and think, should I go back and delete episode 1?
Yep.
Every time I think that.
It's so bad.
It's because it is so technically challenged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can barely hear us. Our mics were just awful. I don't think, did we use headphones in that episode?
Probably. But
I don't know. It is so bad. I even put there, like, if you look on the description in iTunes. I'm pretty sure it says, "Warning: This
is
episode
awful.
sucks."
Yeah. It's so awful. But,
But that's what got us started.
It's a special place in our hearts. Exactly.
yeah.
It started an empire.
It's kind of like your first child. You don't know how to raise a child.
You don't
but you
like
try.
them. They suck, but you love them.
But see, when you get to the
Is that what
second
you're saying?
child, which is me, you've
And then
had
the
experience.
third child is even better. And then the fourth child, you've peaked at the third, and then it goes back downhill.
Yeah, so
I'm
what we're
the
trying
third
to say
child,
is
that's
Jacob
what
and I
I'm
are
saying.
middle children, and we're the best.
Yeah,
of the,
me
of the four.
specifically.
Um,
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, I also put on this episode 1 was a learning experience.
Yes,
for
we
for
learned quite
both
a
of
bit.
us, but I'd say mostly me
And mostly for you viewers.
and for you viewers. Yeah, exactly. Because we didn't know anything about podcasting.
We also didn't know anything about whether pineapple should go on pizza. But
yeah,
Gordon
we also
Ramsay
didn't
said
know
no.
that. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay says no, so we say no. And Gordon Ramsay, if you're watching, come on the show anytime.
Yes, you have an open invitation.
But yeah, I learned from that episode. I learned how to upload a podcast to iTunes. I'd never done that before. I learned how to. I already kind of knew, tech stuff, all the mics. I knew how to set that up, but I didn't even know what a podcast was. That's a lie. I did.
You listened to some.
But yeah, that was just, it's the kickoff.
Yeah,
You
it
gotta
was like
love the kickoff,
Yeah,
no matter how bad it is.
yeah. It
has a
starts
special place.
something beautiful
Yep, and that's
or something chaotic, and chaos is arguably just as beautiful as order.
yeah. Wow, that's deep. Did you have anything else to say about that one?
No. I mean, I think I was right in every argument I had. I don't even remember exactly which sides I was
we
on.
agree. Yeah. Oh.
But I know I was right because I always am.
Yeah. What were the other two? We did pineapple on pizza, and then we did what were the other two?
Some other food ones, right?
Yeah, two other food ones.
I can't remember what it was.
We don't remember. Let us know if you remember.
I can look right now. You can move on to your number 4 if you want while I look.
Yeah. Okay. My number 4 is believe it or not. I don't know why you wouldn't believe it. Is Pirates versus Ninjas, episode 13.
Yep.
13 episodes
Okay.
in, we decided to talk about pirates and ninjas. I like this episode because personally, I'm on Ninja's side. Sometimes we argue points that we don't necessarily agree
waffles
with.
or pancakes, tacos, and burritos.
Waffles, pancakes,
Yeah.
tacos,
Waffles
and burritos.
easily wins that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, you can go back to yours. Sorry.
Yeah. Because I am genuinely on the ninja side.
I'm genuinely on the pirate side still. This is a good one. I'll
So
admit.
that was a good episode for me. I got to wear my authentic ninja headwear.
Yep. That was
very fun.
something.
At any chance I get to wear that, I do. I've worn it for Halloween. I've worn it for this episode.
You've worn it just around the house
Yeah, sometimes I'll just go to bed in it.
on the weekends.
Yeah. It's also the most research I've ever done on an episode, I think. I did a lot of reading about both
I did
ninjas
quite a bit of
pirates.
research on that one too.
Yeah, like I was getting deep into history websites that I'd never even heard of, like the geekiest of geek history nerds.
Yep.
Like I was in the deep dark web.
I got
but the
into
nerd
some
side,
stuff too. Yeah.
where they were just talking about history.
Yeah. History nerds.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah,
So
and I feel like
learned something.
that episode was a good example of what Squabble is. It was a little bit educational, but it was still fun, which is what we like to be.
Educational, but still
A
fun.
little bit educational, but not enough for you to actually learn anything,
Amen. And that's exactly where we're going to keep it.
Yeah, we said we were going to change. We're not getting any more education. I
Don't
promise you that.
expect any learning
Yeah.
when you come here.
In fact, you might drop a few IQ
Yeah, but for the better.
for the better. Those are the unimportant ones.
Yeah, you got to trim the bad.
Yeah,
the bad
you get
branches off
trees,
the
yeah,
tree.
and they get in the way of other things.
If the branch is dead, cut it off.
Yeah.
It's
We're gonna cut your dead IQ points off.
but okay, well, you
Doing my
disagree.
number
Obviously,
4. Yeah.
I've read your
my number
list.
4.
Well, I didn't read your
That's
list.
a good number 4, but my number 4 is better.
Okay.
Mine is the best action stars. Number 4, episode 12.
I debated on putting that.
You know
on
what's
my
funny?
list.
I debated putting Pirates versus Ninjas on my list. See,
Okay,
I
okay.
like this one because it was a pleasant surprise when we first hatched this. We first conceived the idea, I didn't think it. I thought it was. I was like, okay, yeah. I didn't think we were gonna be able to talk about it for 30 or 45 minutes.
Right.
And it was a pleasant surprise. We got on there and we probably could have talked about it for another 45 minutes.
No joke.
It was
definitely.
easily, yeah.
We had to cut it short. Like
We
that's
did.
one of our longer episodes.
Yeah, honestly, because especially it was so strange because when we got into that one, I was thinking, man, we're gonna have to force this one. This one's it's not gonna be great. It's gonna be one of the skippable ones. None of ours are skippable, but it would be the first. But then it turned out it's a really good episode. I really liked it. I liked all our picks, although mine were still better. Sylvester Stallone is better than Jackie Chan.
I
I
totally
stand by that.
disagree.
Yeah, I just think that was a quality episode. It was one of our middle episodes, so it was pretty far in there. We didn't have that many technical difficulties or anything.
We really didn't, and
It was good.
I like the episodes where you have to argue something that you genuinely believe in.
Yes,
and that's one of those.
That was one of those.
Just like Pirates vs.
And
Ninjas.
I'm a big movie fan, so it was fun to look up movie stars.
We definitely need to do a different category of movie stars.
I just like the episodes where we rank stuff in general. I don't know. Comment if you if you guys like the ones where we rank stuff as opposed to when we just have 1 point.
Yeah, actually, I haven't taken an official poll or an official survey or anything like that about what kind of episodes they like. However, I have been told personally by various viewers that
they really like
ranked
the ranked
episodes.
Yeah, I have a friend, Rem. Shout out to Remington. He said,
Rem.
I don't know if this has changed since then, but I think he said at one point that the ranking the Pixar movies was his favorite episode.
He did no.
I believe he said
did
that.
tell me that. I think.
Yeah, or maybe he said the ranking Marvel ones. I don't know. I know it was one of our first ranked ones, and we ranked episodes, or we ranked something. I mean, and he really liked that one. So I know we get positive feedback for those.
Yeah, he was our first real fan too.
He was one of our first real fans. We're gonna get him on the show someday.
But just because he was a first real fan, he wasn't our first guest. And I would like to say that so I can segue into my number 3, which was Answers to Philosophical Questions featuring our dad.
That's ironic.
Episode 17.
My number 3 is also our guest episode.
Oh?
Yeah, it was the Every Mountain Dew Flavor in One Sitting episode featuring E.J. Chronister, a good friend of ours.
Yes.
Episode 19.
Oh, yeah, mine was episode 17.
So these were some of our couple of our first guest episodes.
Yeah. I liked the philosophical questions episode because, well, first of all, it was our first guest.
That's true. It was a little technically challenged also.
Oh, definitely technically challenged because we hadn't had a guest before. So it was kind of crapshoot whether that episode was going to go live or like, and it was also kind of sweet because that was it was a Father's Day
episode.
Gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
we surprised. We threw it on him last second.
Yeah, we threw it on him last second.
I think we literally told him about it the day of.
Yeah. A couple hours before maybe. And it was also, not only was it our first guest, which kicked off, many guests.
And many to come. Season 2 will be full, more guests than ever.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Yeah, also let us know if you guys like guests also.
Yeah, or what kind of guests you want. You want, like, special like specific guests? I don't know. If you guys have anybody in mind, like, you want more of our friends, you want more of our family members, that kind of thing,
Or do you like more famous people?
Yeah, because we are trying that. We've reached out to people.
Yeah, we have reached out. I've gotten a couple replies actually. Should I name names?
Sure.
Okay, I sent, if you've ever heard of him, William Osmond.
Pretty popular YouTuber.
And people have been asking me because so I emailed him and I was like, hey man, he's a famous YouTuber. You go look him up. He's really fun. And I said, hey, we love your stuff. If you want to be on our podcast, I told him about the podcast, and I said, then let me know. We'd love to have you on, because I just I just figured out how to do Skype interviews and keep Skype call people on. Yeah, he did answer.
He said he'd love to. We're still figuring out the details, though.
You're lying.
No, we are technically.
Well, okay. He said yes, he'd love to, and I was like, holy crap. Yes,
yeah,
he'd love to.
We got
I was so surprised. It was such a solid yes from him. So I replied and I was like, that's great. Thanks for saying yes. And I gave him details. But it's been a while and he hasn't replied.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So just everybody like tag him or something and tell him to get up on his horse.
Spam him on Twitter.
However, his house burned down recently, and so it's understandable that he's having some struggles recently.
It's understandable, yeah.
But yeah, shout out to you, Willie.
We can talk about my number 3 now. My also guest, the Mountain Dew episode featuring E.J. Chronister. That's my favorite because I'm just biased because I love Mountain Dew. I'm wearing the Mountain Dew hat right now. Represent.
Yeah.
It's the best beverage of all time. I think it was the Fountain of Youth originally. That's what they mistook it for. But no, it was a quality episode. It was fun. We got to do something. It was a little bit different, It was a little bit unexpected. Not such a normal topic. Not so educational. The less educational, the better. But no, yeah, it was EJ. It was one of our first guest ones, like I said. So the guest episodes are always fun.
Yeah.
And we got to drink all the Mountain Dews, and it was just a quality episode. And that was the first episode. I think we got these special mic stands, right? Was it that one? I can't remember. Or
I don't think
it was. Yeah.
No. I think the first episode we had these fancy mic stands was pretty recently.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
It was fun. We were over the technically challenged lump of having a guest, you know. It was a little bit better, I think.
Not quite.
Yeah,
over,
but it was a little better.
way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just my number 3.
Yeah. In fact, we just actually kind of perfected, or I would say, having a third microphone.
Yeah, just recently with the episode that Olivia Martin. One that just came out.
It did just come out.
And her perspective just came out yesterday?
From the time we're recording this, it just came out. But this is like going to come out in 2 weeks, this episode.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Now people will know what day we filmed. Oh, no.
Oh, no. We filmed on July 25th. Did it? Yeah. 26th. We prepare, okay?
We do. We've got these stacked
weeks
up.
and ahead.
Like when the apocalypse happens, which it will. We've discussed that. When that happens, we're going to have episodes stockpiled. So you can listen even on your deathbed when the world is falling to pieces. You're in your bunker. You've got seconds left to live. We know that what you'll want as comfort is our voices.
Is us talking to you about just the stupidest things.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually,
so you can lose all the IQ points before you take an eternal rest.
Yeah, and for a solid $20, we will personalize a message to you that you can play when you die.
Oh yes, that's part of our Patreon. Add that to the Patreon. Put that on the notes.
Like for $500.
$500, we will make a message for when you die to be played at your funeral. Video for $600, just audio for $500.
Yeah, obviously.
If you want us to come yourselves, that's $1,000.
If we will come to your funeral.
Yes.
For $1,000.
Yes.
Somebody freaking knocked on the door.
Yeah, there's people knocking on our door right now. This episode is a disaster. What's your number 2? Let's just ignore it. They'll figure it out.
My number 3 was philosophical questions. And one of the reasons that I like that so much is because I like it when my brain has got to work. You know,
Wait, I thought we liked to shave off IQ points.
Well,
the useless
for
ones.
you guys.
Then we add good ones.
Yeah, exactly. Shave off the bad ones.
Layer
on the good ones.
The good one. Layer on the good ones.
Layer on the good ones.
That'll be a T-shirt too.
Yeah. So I don't even know what I was going to say, but my number 2 is: would you survive the zombie apocalypse, episode 18?
Oh, there we go. You should have segued when we were talking about the apocalypse and death. That would have been a good segue.
Well, I tried, but these things happened. Okay. I like this one. I like this one a lot because
I survived longer than you did.
One word. Quizzes.
Quizzes are fun. We should do a which Disney princess quiz are you?
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But dude, I love quizzes. I love online quizzes. I love surveys. I love questionnaires. I get every time we go to Chick-fil-A, you get a little get a free sandwich if you take this survey on your receipt.
Like
every time.
Yeah.
I do it every time. I get my favorite ads on YouTube are survey ads. Mm-hmm. If you've ever gotten one of those, it's like, have you heard of this brand before? And then you get to check mark off the brands.
Yeah.
Best ad I ever get. I love surveys.
Mm-hmm.
Love checking off lists.
I get them on Twitter. It'll be like, click this link and take this Twitter survey.
I love those.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're literally one question. But
and I love polls.
Yep. Polls?
What? What other polls you got?
I don't know.
I love POLLS's.
Polls.
I love them on Instagram. I love them on Twitter. I love
Facebook.
I love polls. And so when we took a zombie quiz, I mean, that's the best of both worlds. I also love zombies. So yeah,
okay, yeah, I'll get that. That's a pretty good one. I did survive for, what did I get? Forever. I think it was till the end, right?
No. It wasn't till the end.
It was longer than you. I remember that.
It was longer than me.
Because I'm more cold-hearted than him. But I think that was the reason.
That's true.
Anyways, my number 2 is another list one.
Another list one.
It was, what's the best Marvel movie? You know, I put that up there because like I said, I like talking about movies. So when I'm a big Marvel fan. So when we got to talk about Marvel specifically, that was just like the best of both worlds. And I really liked it. It was a quality episode. It was one of those episodes that we just really let loose. You know, it was just like us talking. Like the cameras weren't even rolling. And
I like episodes.
I'm still a little salty about it because his number 1 was Ant-Man.
Okay, you can.
Has that changed with Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out?
It actually has.
Hey,
sequels.
Season 2. Maybe in season 2 we can do another one of those, and with all the movies we missed.
Yeah, that's true. But it's true. Sequels influence the one before.
So did Ant-Man go down?
I'll put it on the record right now. Yes, it's not my number
I don't
one
remember
anymore.
what your number 2 was. Was it Thor Ragnarok?
I think so, and
Did
is
that
my
take
new
over?
favorite.
Okay.
I love Thor, so.
Is Ant-Man still your number 2?
Maybe.
Anyway, see, I liked it because my list was good. His list was awful.
Yes, so wrong.
Therefore, the episode, that might have been my number 1 if you hadn't put Ant-Man as your number 1 movie.
Wait, you would put the Marvel episode
Yeah,
number 1 if I didn't
you didn't
say
have such a stupid list. Because I had a good list. Mine was Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier. It was such a quality movie. I'm not even a big fan of Captain America as a superhero, but the movie was great.
Yeah, I actually didn't know. Okay, I knew people didn't like Ant-Man. I knew that was a thing. But I didn't know that they had such strong opinions about it until we released that episode. I had people coming up to me like,
On the street, he didn't
they were
even
like, so I watched that Marvel episode, and I was like, oh, cool, what'd you think? And they go, Ant-Man, are you kidding me? And then they go on this rant about how stupid Ant-Man is. Like, don't.
I mean, I'll give it to you. It's a funny movie, but just the quality, like technically speaking, I mean, yeah, it's an okay movie. You know,
it's
classic.
Hilarious.
There's nothing new to it. You know.
What do you mean new?
No, listen, we're not. This isn't the episode where we recap episodes and argue again.
That should be your number 1 if that's the only reason.
Okay, well, what was your number 2? Zombie Apocalypse?
Yeah, we'll just start the Zombie
I'll
Apocalypse.
give that one to you, but mine is better number 2 because I just like that episode more.
What's your number 1? You want to do a drum roll?
Grand reveal, yes. Grand reveal of. I'll do a drum roll. Probably can't hear it super well. My number 1 is episode 5 is Bigfoot real.
Oh,
that's my number 1. I liked it because that one is. It was a really fun episode. I got to argue. I typically argue the more real things. I got to argue is Bigfoot real. I genuinely believe that one now. That one guy that said Bigfoots are after us, he changed my mind. Bigfoot is after us.
Okay.
Remember what he said? He was like, wouldn't you be mad if your kids were being hunted or something like that? Yeah, I would. The Bigfoots are after us. Be on the lookout. Best episode.
That's okay, I'm not going to say that's a bad episode. None of our episodes are bad. I love all those episodes. But okay, that was a good episode.
Yeah,
and
it's such a quality episode. And I loved hearing about people's stories.
I
did get a couple comments saying I was blasphemous when I compared it to Jesus. But, you know.
He compared Bigfoot to Jesus. You interpret that how you want. But the reason I'm not going to argue about this one, that it's okay to have it as your number 1. I'm not going to say you shouldn't for the pure reason that I have personally seen Bigfoot.
Yep, he has. See, another reason. I have too.
I don't know if I didn't.
You weren't there. He was in a dream. I dreamed about Bigfoot that night.
I had no comment. Okay, I'm just going to forget what I was saying. My number 1 is, drum roll please. I thought you were going to stop so I could. The self-driving car dilemma.
There you go. I was going to put this one on my list.
Yeah, the self-driving car dilemma, episode number 14.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I also like that format of episode where I don't have to prepare and you just sit there and ask me questions. I like those kinds. That's a good format.
I know that you don't do any work and I do all the work.
Yeah.
But I also
I need to do one where I ask you questions sometime.
Yeah. We will do that. I really like that one because
in season 2, I'm going to be the main host.
I freaking love moral dilemmas.
Yo.
I don't know if that's
not being in them or just like figurative ones, not literal ones.
you decide.
That's another good one.
It.
That's another good one of our goal as Squabble, to get serious issues, even though they're not super serious. I mean, we're talking about a car that's brakes were cut and just went down a hill and killed like 300 people. Obviously, that's a little stretched. Yeah, but that's a good example of Squabble. You know, we got the serious underlying messages with kind of a silly, like, why is this car on a rampage? You know, it's a.
That's the goal. I mean,
you lose some IQ points, you gain some. You lose some, you win some. That's what this
lose some, you win some.
Is all about.
But I really like it because, first of all, quizzes. It wasn't necessarily a quiz, but it was like it was a poll, I guess. It was a survey, and so I love that. Gets lots of points for me.
Yeah,
and they're so deep. You know, there's so much to talk about when you bring up a moral dilemma of any kind.
We could have easily gone over the time limit on that one.
And I don't even know what I was gonna say. And it's so there's no wrong answer when you're talking about just moral dilemmas.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer. So you can't really get mad at someone for their answer on a moral dilemma.
Right.
You can be like, "Wow, really?"
And that's what I like about various moral dilemmas, and especially this self-driving car dilemma, because you can offer up, you can try to sway the other person's opinion, but then in the end,
There's no facts.
Neither person is going to get mad
Yeah.
because both people have to agree based on the definition of a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
There's not really a right answer.
Exactly. Either way you pick, there's gonna be some good and some bad come out of it. Just like this podcast.
Right.
You win some, you lose some. We need to make a t-shirt that says some. Squabble. You win some, you lose some.
IQ points. Okay, so you might think, oh, they're done. They've listed all of them. You're wrong.
Well, yeah.
We've listed one more, which is
the worst one, which we did agree on this one.
our worst episode.
Except, no. Stop it in your tracks. I know you're thinking, wow, what did they just said all their episodes are great. This episode was great. Better than all. This episode alone is better than all other podcasts you can find. But it's just the worst of the
Bold
best.
statement from Jacob.
This is the worst of the best.
It
and
is.
only because, listen, I'll tell you, this is going to be kind of a surprise because if you don't really remember it super well, you'll think, oh, yeah, the quality was good. It seems like a good topic,
Yeah, there's some background stuff that we have covered up.
Yeah.
We've covered up a mess.
This is Squabble exposed. It wasn't that big of a deal, actually. But anyways, basically what happened was, the episode was the Can
webisode.
Zombies Exist.
Yeah, Can Zombies
right?
Exist,
and
episode
it got
8.
really heated.
It did.
And after it, we argued for another good 30 minutes after the camera stopped rolling.
Oh my
What the
goodness.
heck? Yeah, but we argued for a long. I mean, we were over it. It's not like we were legitimately mad at each other. But
I don't know, dude. Okay, this is kind of what happened. We started talking about this, and okay, we disagreed, not necessarily for the podcast. We had a genuine disagreement
On how to argue.
on how we were going to argue this point.
Yeah.
And we didn't. And it was our mistake that we didn't specify in the beginning what the parameters were
Yeah.
for this. So we both had something else in mind.
Which you'll see that we learned if you're going to look back at our time travel one, or about the time traveling crime one, should you arrest
Yes.
people, we set a statement before, which is what we should have done for the zombie one, but instead it was very loose, and that
Yes.
caused some struggles.
Yeah, so that episode was probably
The worst to listen to.
it was probably almost
Least
50
entertaining.
minutes.
Yeah.
But I cut out a huge chunk of us.
Probably getting yelling.
Like it would have made you uncomfortable. We were
it was so
genuinely
awkward. You could just
upset.
you could slice the awkwardness.
And I don't know why, because we have stupid arguments.
I think we
all
both
the
just
time.
had probably like a bad day or something, and so
Yeah.
it just showed.
That was not a good day to
No,
shoot
I don't know
or
what
record.
happened. Yeah.
Because
I think I just got back from dance or something and was exhausted, and I don't even know what. Something was up because both, especially me, we were just in a funk though.
yeah, we had that was a bad episode all around.
Don't go that. We shouldn't have advertised. Now everybody's gonna go back and listen to it.
Yeah, you will know they should. They won't find anything. I cut it all. I covered it up.
It's very deep within the internet somewhere.
You could start. To
We
hear
should
it.
put. That's another thing to put on the Patreon. If you want to listen to it,
If you want to listen to our, I don't know if I have it.
$2,000.
I think I disposed of the
And
evidence.
if you want us to recreate it at your funeral, that's $3,000.
Okay, I'm actually kind of getting sweaty talking about that episode.
It just was so bad. Another one we could have put as our worst, technically speaking, even though it was both on our best list, was episode 1. Just because
Yeah.
it was so bad. We kind of already covered that. You literally couldn't hear.
So here's your homework for today. You can try to go back and oh my goodness, they're having like a party
There's
right
literally
outside
something
our
happening
studio.
outside. I think like 18 people showed up at our house. So
Anyway, so we are going to end this. We're running out of time here.
it's a little bit of shorter episode, but you know it's
No,
okay.
it's
It
not,
still
dude,
rest.
because
Oh yeah,
I forgot to start
you
the
forgot
timer,
to start the
so
timer.
This is a perfect episode from what I can imagine.
It's the last one. So,
So
that
yeah,
makes
your
sense.
homework, go back and listen to episode 1 or
Try
try
to listen to all the ones we talked about.
Sure.
Specifically, our worst one.
and definitely go back and listen to episode 8, Can Zombies
Hey,
Exist?
yeah, and
Try to find where I cut out a
Yep.
chunk.
see how good his editing is.
It's great. If I were to kill someone and hide the evidence, I'd be good at it.
Wow.
And you can.
That's something to
You
think
can
about
quote- you can
while
quote
we're
me
on
on that.
break. Yeah, while we're on break, here's your homework. Watch every episode of Squabble that we've had.
So yeah. So sorry that we're stopping for a little bit, but not sorry because we're gonna be back better than ever.
And we are, on
Yeah, and-
Labor Day.
On Labor Day is when it comes out. Labor Day. So yeah, be on the lookout.
Yes.
On Thursdays, we will be releasing shorter episodes.
Yes.
Perspective.
Mostly just us. We might have maybe a special guest sprinkled in
Maybe.
there
Well,
somewhere.
there's only
We'll
going to
see.
be 4 episodes.
Yeah.
2 stories from me, 2 stories from Jacob.
Yep.
I just recorded mine today. Jacob didn't know. He wasn't here.
Oh.
But I recorded my story today.
Give it a little hint. One word.
Ooh, one word. Can I give like a short
Yes.
sentence?
Yes.
Fat man and pizza.
Be on the
Now,
lookout.
if that doesn't hook you, I don't
Yeah.
know what is gonna. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's
I think we're clocking out.
yes.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the very last episode of season 1. Feel free to follow us on Facebook and Instagram because
It really
we are
helps
going
us
to be
out.
posting on Instagram
Yes.
still
Well, that'll keep you
and
waiting.
Facebook. We have a Patreon, as mentioned.
Yes. We've
Link
talked
in the
about multiple
description.
things that are going to be on there. I don't
Yes.
care how jokingly we were. Someday that will wind up on our Patreon.
Yeah, and if you're not willing to spend $3K, we have less expensive things like T-shirts, mugs, and early access to various things. And we appreciate you checking us out over there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow.
Yes, comment your top 5 episodes.
Agreed. This really helps us out.
Yes.
And you can also listen to us on iTunes
SoundCloud.
and YouTube. Thanks again, and we will snap you later for the very last time of season 1.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was so sad.
I miss you.
My tears
Love
came to
you.
my eye.
Oh.